Hello YouTube, Damo_23 here, and welcome back to another episode of Gloria Hunter. And today's episode 157. It is the final one, the final episode of the save. If you have enjoyed this momentous occasion and this a momentous save of 17 years hunting down the best and biggest competitions in world football, give it a like, subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're, of course, live where we've completed the save in a 4-hour stream on a Saturday afternoon on July the 1st. And the VOD will be out of this save for the next 30 days from that day onwards if you want to watch the final stream in its entirety. With that being said, we've had a lot of big moments, a lot of big things, but the biggest part of today's episode is we have a Champions League final, which apart from AC Milan, who was able to win it in Season 5, we have lost the Champions League final twice. Once with Dortmund, when Liverpool pumped me 4-0 in a game where Liverpool ran riot, and obviously last year with a massive defensive mistake against Barcelona with this Atletico Madrid side. We never got the opportunity with Monaco, who had a really world-class team. That Dortmund side was world-class and was really good. AC Milan, we took as the best team that we've ever managed. However, today, this Atletico Madrid side get the chance to be the best side we managed in the save. And I think it'll just be a beautiful way and a sweet way to end, win the Champions League, say we ended with the best. The best side we had is this team right here. If we go back to last year's Champions League final, we obviously lost 2-1 in the Champions League final in a massive moments. Real Madrid, the side we knocked out in the semi-final this year. They have been the best team in the world for the last 4 or 5 seasons. They didn't need this one here. Thank you for Nacho Race 23 for the follow on Twitch. They didn't need this slice of luck that they had here, where they went long. Both centre-backs left it. Radicic made a defensive mistake. And to lose a Champions League final like that has caused me to break my keyboard, as I mentioned that day. I don't want to break my keyboard today. That's for sure. Let's go and talk about the save itself, and then we'll talk about this team and why I think it could be the greatest team we have managed over the 17 seasons of FM. I think if we don't win the Champions League, you can't call it the best. If I'm looking at the best, I think Newcastle ideally on paper was the best, but we never won the Champions League. We won the Europa League. We did a treble with them. AC Milan have got a couple of domestic doubles and a treble behind them as well. So let's go and discuss by the numbers what happened in this save. You guys, if I scroll down, can see my other honours board here as well. So without further ado, let's go in. Season 1, West Ham, chosen because they were in the Conference League, won the Conference League, finished top 4, had a really good guy called Lewis Brown come in, who was part of my episode 100, best players we managed. Season 2, won the league, everything went perfect. Man City, Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal taking points of each other. We ran the best. On the final day, we had to win and beat Arsenal, which we did, I think, by memory, to win the league, to make sure Liverpool didn't catch us. We then went to Real Betis. We took a massive. If you think back to this moment, we took a massive gamble leaving West Ham to go to Betis, mainly because I didn't see us winning the FA Cup with West Ham. We were very lucky to win the league. Saying that though, semi-final of Season 2, we should have won it, the Champions League. We dominated Liverpool. Alisson went ballistic. But yeah, Real Betis went there because they were in the Europa League, and Europa League in this year in FM is the hardest to win because you can't be a Champions League club, finish third in the group and go down because of the league phase. So you have to be a Europa League side, which usually means if you don't win it in that year in the Europa League, unless you finish in the 5th or 6th in the league in the Europa League spot, you are in the Champions League and you have to wait another 2 years to win it again. So we went to Betis before because of that. Our first European final, we lost to Chelsea 2-1 in a very good game, but Chelsea were the better side. AC Milan came knocking, said, you played 4-1-2-1-2 back then. Let's go and give you in AC Milan to play 4-1-2-1-2. We had Rafael Leao, we had Victor Roque, obviously World Cup final hero and villain, but a hero of the save in essence. Went ballistic, especially in Season 5 where we did the treble, won the league, the cup, back-to-back, and the Champions League, of course, as well, and no one looked like stopping us. We were the best team in the world at that time. We went to Newcastle, we beat in the final, which I find funny, that they sacked Pochettino. We then took Newcastle, we had Tisney, who we brought in, Bellingham, Sivert, Lewis Brown, world-class Lewis Brown, all the guys in episode 100 that we toot so much. Went there with the mind of we must win the FA Cup. We did win the FA Cup. We semi-final of the Cabaret Cup, won the Euros with France that year as well. Noah Nacho didn't have to subscribe. Thank you very much. I actually don't set up for subscriptions there on YouTube for an emote, but thank you very much there as well. And you can catch up with all of this stuff there, Nacho, and all episode 157 episodes. Newcastle again did a treble that year. We won the Europa League, which we needed to win. We did the Community Shield. We lost to Liverpool in the final of the Community Shield, won the league and won the Premier League. We lost the FA Cup though, didn't go there. And look, AC Milan won the Big Boy Cup. Newcastle didn't win the Big Boy Cup. If I looked at both of those sides, I think Newcastle papered better, but AC Milan were better at managing bigger games, because that was when we started playing 4-2-3-1. It was 4-2-3-1 because it's so aggressive and so attacking. In one 90-minute game, because of how aggressive it is, you just lose sometimes, which is what's happened against Real Madrid in the Champions League final last year, what happened with Liverpool when they got on top of us, we fell away with Dortmund. We obviously went to Monaco, lots of money, 110 mil to spend. We're French manager at that side before we got knocked out in the third round of the FA of the World Cup, and they sacked me and became Brazil manager. But in that Monaco side, we spent massive amounts of money. We had Galbert, we had Ristabal, who went on to Bayern Munich and is in our top 100 players that we used. We had a lot of great players in there at Monaco. When we left Monaco, we felt like we gave them the upper hand over PSG, and I honestly think if I was still managing, that we are. Which leaves, we only had to topple Germany and Spain with 10 seasons down the hatch. We went to Dortmund, Bayern were pumping, we went there, we won the DFB Pokal, and in the third season we did the league, won the league away at Bayern Munich. The episode is at Bayern Munich, in Bayern, to win it all, and we did very well. We won the DFB Pokal the year before without conceding a goal, and more importantly, we won the World Cup with Brazil, which was huge. We lost the UCL final though after doing the domestic treble, 4-0, or else I would have said this Dortmund side was the best team we ever managed. We had the likes of Roger Bau, we had the likes of Alfredo Real, Diego Castro, all guys that would probably get in my best ever 11 of all time in this save. I ain't going to do that, I'm going to leave that as just for you guys to come up with that one there. We then went to obviously Atletico because I had the money. It so happened the Real Madrid job came available at that time. We could have won it in 14 seasons if that was the case. Copa del Rey first season, top 4 finish in the league. Had 33 shots at the Copa America final, which lost to Argentina, or it would have been the best Brazilian team of all time. Lost the cup final in pens to Real Madrid that year. We finished second in Real Madrid by 3 points after getting 94 points. Last season, we didn't win a thing with Atletico Madrid, but we were building. We're building young talent. This talent that's come through Campo, Rivieri, the likes that we're going to go through in a second. Real Madrid finished on 104 points. Again, we finished on 94 and didn't win the league. We lost the final to Real Madrid because of bullshit, which you've just seen. And the craziest, if there's an episode you have to watch, and even though we don't win the World Cup, episode 150, it was the 150 special World Cup final versus Germany, and it had everything. Penalty drama, anguish, excitement, leading, losing, chasing, 2 at the back, big saves in 90th minutes from keepers, a penalty in extra time to win it, all sorts of drama. So definitely recommend checking that out. And then this season, we've been the best team in the world by far. We've lost one game all year to Real Madrid, where we had an XG of over 2 at home and we lost 2-0. Got absolutely destroyed. We won the Copa del Rey. We also won the Spanish Super Cup. And we have done the domestic treble. What it means by the numbers, in 17 seasons, we've won 8 league titles. We've won 11 domestic cups. We've won 1 Champions League, 1 Europa League, 1 UCL, 1 World Cup, and 1 Euros. And we have the chance to win 1 more Champions League. We've been to a European final 5 times, I think, by memory. Losing 3, winning 2. 6 times, losing 3, winning 3. And this will be our lucky last one, obviously in the save. Other honours that we've won, we won the Cabaret Cup in 29-30, we won the Community Shield in 30-31, we won the Copa America in 32, runners-up in 36, the European South American Super Cup we won as well with Brazil, the German Super Cup, we beat Bayern, and in the Spanish Super Cup this year as well. Quite a number of runners-up. If you have a look how many trophies that we've won, the numbers are a little bit hard to kind of mix and match between these. Something like 21, 2, 3, 24 Trophy League champions. I don't think I listed down, or maybe I did. So I'm going to just go with the European ones. 25 trophies, 26 trophies, I'm going to say it's about 26 trophies we won in total as our manager, according to the Excel spreadsheet. And quite a lot of notes in there if you want to have a look as well. So there's your recap of the save. 26 titles. We've been fantastic. It's all but over right now. I need a little bit of extra light in here, as well as getting slightly darker now. And now let's get into this team and why we think it's the greatest. We go to the data hub here. We go by the season. 117 XG, 7 under. Real Madrid last year, 38 over, which shows you how well we've done. We've only conceded 19 goals all season, but 10 plus our points. Barcelona, horrid year. We've been saying it right now. We're made better than Barcelona are, massively off the difference of us. Be interesting to see what sort of Barcelona we go in here as well. In terms of this, 33 wins this season, 4 draws, 1 loss, 110 points for. Last year we got 94 points, the year before 94 points. So, here we are in charge, Atletico, and we've got 94 points in the last 2 seasons, not winning the league, and 103 this year, losing 1 game all season. We look at the team, it's world class, and there's no players we have to go through. Radicic may be the best keeper we used in the save. I think Markovic would have been. Quiziedo, by far the best right back I've used. He's World Cup player of the World Cup, winner of the recent World Cup. Winston, 100 mil we spent on him. One of 2 centre backs we spent 100 mil on. He's been fantastic. Wesley, when he has been fit, has been dynamite. Just a no-nonsense centre back that's been absolutely elite. Marfelt's come in to replace Okafor, who's developed the leaps and bounds and is quite a very good physical fullback. Jude Bellingham's been with us a couple of different places in this save, and at the Swan Song of his career. Tyrone is one of the best midfielders. Used him as Brazil as a youngster. Brought him in here. He's been fantastic. And this is where I think this team is the best that we've used. Going forward, it rivals AC Milan. It's better than Dortmund, which is a big statement to say, but I think it is. And that's because DOPDA is world class as a winger. Doesn't get better. Breaks the game with his speed. He is superb in what he does. Rivieri has developed into this good of a player, and the thing is with this save is he would only get better from here on in. He's only 21, where this guy could be in 5 years' time as a fully developed player. He could realistically have become our best ever player on paper we ever had and challenge Nildo, because there's still a lot of 14s that could go to 15 there. He is ridiculous. Campo as well, but, he's got still a few years of growth. Could nearly be there. Andre Vera, out of all the strikers, has the one that's frustrated him the most. Said if he scored 30 goals this season in the league, we would win the league. He's done that, and he's done that consistently the last few as well. But there's a couple other guys I want to mention. Obviously, Dogana has done his ACL, so he's not in this. Rejected 148 mil. He's the player that rejected the most amount of money. If I have my front four of Vera, Rivieri, Dogana, and DOPDA, the best front four in world football. And that's why I think this team's so good, because we've got such a good team at the back. Lest we forget my favourite, look, and I'm not going to lie, out of all the players I had, I honestly think my favourite player in the save is Admad Okafor, because he's 6'5", he's quick, he looks so funny running forward when he plays left back, and when he's at centre back, he wins everything there. He's an absolute brute monster. I love really tall centre backs. He's been fantastic. You will definitely see him in this Champions League final, because I'm definitely going to use him at some point here. And, well, we look fantastic. So, with that being said, this team is so well-classed. This team has done it all. We lost the Champions League final last year. We won the league. We won the cup. We won the Super Cup. And for a quadruple, the only quadruple of the save, and to win the Champions League for the second time, it's Barcelona, it's Atletico Madrid, and it's the last game of the save. And for the last game of the save, your team, of course, is Radicic in goals. Quiziedo, Winston, Bizarre, Schumacher, and Marfelt. Tyrone and Bellingham have been well-classed together, with Dita, Rivieri, young Campo, and Vera up top. We have not lost to Barcelona in our last 3 or 4 games. Both finals we've played in the Spanish Cup against Barcelona, we have beaten them. My main issue is Andre Palacios in goals is world class, and no matter how many chances we put on target, Palacios is the guy that generally makes saves. Let's go out there. If you carry on what's happened from last game, we win this one. We are the best team in the world. Let's go prove it. And for these guys to become the best team we've managed, let's see what happens here. Palacios is world-class. This guy has been a thorn in my side this entire part of the save. He is a world-class keeper and is legendary as well. Barbosa out at right-back's pretty good and very, very quick, but technically a little bit there, but not bad. Raul Alvarez, fantastic centre-back, which is good. But this is where it gets, and where Barcelona become weak. They haven't had a second centre-back this whole save while I've been here. Pascal, 32. Slow, old, no real technicals. Have to get at him. Off we go. Morgan Anderson, apart from being quick, can mark, doesn't have the greatest technicals going forward. Can be gotten at. Renzo Bolden, who I brought in at Newcastle many years ago. Not a bad ball-winning midfielder, but yet again, with the experience and the pace and the dynamism we have in the middle of the park, is he good enough to really deal with that? Pedri, we've seen it before this season. With his lack of pace, we squeeze him a lot in this system. And, well, there was an infamous moment where we played Barcelona and we won, where Pedri was on the turn, and Pedri would have turned around, leaked two, played a ball and scored. Instead, Tyrone won it back. We went down the other end and scored this year, and it was really good to watch. Mohamed, who I capped at France, another player we know, yet again, on the older side. This will probably be their last chance to really win it. Zoli at 31, still fantastic, not going to distribute. Giacomo Trombino is a squad player. He's quick, but he's not got the technicals. Yet again, another one that's a little bit whatever. And our former player at Dortmund, Hannes Haas, who's decent, but as a striker, a little bit out of short. So definitely be in the middle of the park for them in the middle, with them in the midfield with the mentals and the physicals. Definitely one to watch out for. But there we are. Other players you guys may know on the bench, like Nico's still here at a very old age. Eric Garcia's just retired, which is the same. Jack Rennie's not on the bench. They might have sold him. Andre Bolde's retiring as well. So yeah, this is a team that we can get up. Silvio Lima's okay. Filu, but I've seen Barcelona look world class in saves. They're not great. Like, this guy's not bad as well. How can I beat Maribor in 10 minutes? Score more goals. Go on attacking, go slightly more direct, and look to go over the top. And Mill as well. They're not that good, are they? They're not that good, are they? Let's see what happens, huh? Let's see what happens. Barcelona, Atletico Madrid, Champions League final. Atletico have never won the Champions League before. We lost the final last year. I'm just going to say this as well. Good day, Damo. You have plans to do a Tottenham save from Dan. My beta save for next year will be Spurs, yes. What I am going to say here, lads, is this. If this goes to plan of how this entire save goes, we actually lose this final, which would be annoying. But it'll be bittersweet. But I honestly believe that we can go out here, and if FM's just nice and kind to us, win this game or win it easy. And away we go. I'm actually going to get stuck in off from minute 1. I don't want no red card BS crap either. 5 minutes played. Here we go. Barca have started well on the ball. Have had a very poor year. For them to have some sort of successful year, they have to win this game. We haven't been our aggressive self, but here we go. Barbosa on the ball. First highlight Barcelona by the looks of it. Marfelt doesn't win. Pedri inside. Haas now. Barbosa hits the post and Quizioto gets it away. All right, warning shot from Barca. Hit the post and it came out. 0-0. We'll look to squeeze the older Barcelona back four in midfield for sure. Alvarez now looks out to Pascual. Puts the ball. Dida. Vera hits the post and comes out. Wow. Both sides have hit the woodwork. 0-0. Here we go. 23 minutes played. It is 0-0. Both sides have hit the woodwork. Time ticks away. Free kick. Vera's very good over a dead ball. To beat Palacios from here, you need something special. Vera steps up. Whips it. Palacios gets enough on it to keep it out. And it is 0-0 after 31 minutes. Schumacher, Marfelt, Quizieto now looks for Bellingham. Finds Dida. Rolls around. Quick enough to beat men. Can he whip something in the box? Bellingham now. Highlight still going. Quizieto beats one, and that was the highlight. Weird. If you look at the stats, we're starting to dominate Barcelona with 36 minutes gone on the clock. We are starting to dominate. Can we find a goal? Vera in goal-scoring range. Just around the wall and in, buddy. World-class Vera. Whips it. Oh, he didn't put any bend on it at all and no dip. Poor. At half-time as it stands, it's 0-0. It's not good enough is what I'm going to say. We've kind of dominated. We should be 1-0 up. Dida's picked up a knock. Not good. Hopefully he shakes it off because I don't want to particularly take him off this early. Doesn't look like he is. Campo's going to have to come on. Campo's going to have to go to the other side. I'm going to bring Kulic, on. Tyrone. Dida doesn't get there. Maybe bring Danny Schmidt in, actually. Maybe we bring Danny Schmidt in on early. Mr. World Class off the bench. Good tackle from Bellingham. Rivieri. Poor ball. Pedri, the man we need to squeeze. Zoli now. Big moments. Looked offside. Haas scores. I reckon Chimbino's offside here. I think Chimbino's offside. He looked offside. He looked this far off. It is offside. No goal here. Still 0-0. Good line from us. Just off, but off. Zolly's dead. DOPDA's dead. Alright. His name is Danny Schmidden. Inside forward on attack. He loves a goal. He scored against Real Madrid. He's been scoring all Champions League. DOPDA, you've had a fantastic career, but you haven't done much. First change. Is there going to be a moment here? Time ticks away. Quizieto looks dead. Hopefully okay. Set piece hit for Chimbino. Whips one back stick. Visible heads. Only as far as Pascual. Look to squeeze. Balde. And again we look to squeeze. Balde whips one in back stick. Headed wide by Arbonia. 68 minutes played. It is 0-0. We've had more chances than them, but nothing really to write home about. Laurent Rivieri's dead. I don't want to take him off. Bellingham's dead. Don't want to particularly take him off either because he can take a penalty. Quisieto's dead too. Going to bring Montero in. This is a big moment here. Quisieto, best right back in the world, but he's gone. Rivieri's also dead. Petrovic. I don't think Rivieri can take a penalty by memory. No, 9, so do that. Couple more fresher legs here. Bellingham can't come off because he takes a penalty. Time ticks away. Tyrone's now dead. A lot of people now dead. Think this is Okafor's moment, boys, in a second. Tyrone, Vera looked offside. Referee says it wasn't, so on we go. Bellingham, Schumacher, Tyrone, whips one out there. Danny heads. Vera's there. Is he onside? I think he's off. Both teams have hit the woodwork and both teams are going to have a goal disallowed for offside. Marfel on for Okafor. Set piece corners. Okafor. It's been disallowed for offside. They weren't celebrating, by the way, boys. We knew that. Danny Schmiden just off. Here we go. Campo's now a little bit legless too. We'll get him off for Kulic here at half extra time. Time ticks away. Is there a moment late doors for a team? There isn't. We go to extra time. We've been the better side on paper, as always. Tell them I'm not particularly happy. Campo for Kulic. Tyrone's got 10 penalty taking. Bellingham's going to go to the other side. Tyrone's had a fantastic career. Alberto, who's club captain and been here for 12 seasons since he's been a junior, ball-winning midfielder to help out. Start the second half. We've been good. Can we find a moment? Is there a goal in us today? Time ticks away. 104th minute. Okafor throws to Bellingham. Okafor, Petrovic. Danny Schmidden! It's the GOAT! It's the GOAT! He's done it again! Every time when you need a goal, this is the man you call upon. The best super sub we have ever going to have on any FM ever. He scores so many goals on the turn, non-preferred right foot. We're 15 minutes away from winning the Champions League in the final game of the save. 15 minutes away. 4-3-3 we go. It has to be done. Still stay on positive because I want us to play football, but we gotta waste a little bit of time. We have to waste a little bit of time. Hold straight, slow it down into the mid block. You don't need to over squeeze here. Okafor, you do what you do best, which is sitting back as well. Here we go. Still get people going forward. And Vera as the advance forward. Start the second half, off we go. 15 minutes away. He's done it again. Danny Schmidden. Time ticks, and it ticks, and it ticks. Is it all but over? Were you not entertained in this save? The best team we ever managed in Glory Hunter is there. Bellingham's got the trophy. He's walking it over to the boys. And we win the Champions League to end the save. Oh, it is special. What a way to farewell. What a way, boys. What a way. Are you not entertained? A goal to win the league, to win the Champions League. Danny Schmidden from the reverse angle, picked it up on the turn, non-preferred, bottom, big. The GOAT. The GOAT. What a man to do it to. I'm so over the moon that he's the man. If you turn off the webcam here, and you turn off the chat prompts, 10 goals, 8 starts, 30 off the bench. Very good return. In the cup, 5 games, 8 goals. Champions League, lads. Champions League. 7 starts, 5 off the bench, 12 goals. In 38 games, all competitions, 30 goals. Special. Very, very special. Danny Schmidden. What a way to finish. What a moment it was. And the save is over in the most beautiful of ways. The Champions League is done. Very, very nice, huh? '29, 12 trophies, 12 major awards. Anyone wants to sim through? There's all your trophies. What a way to end it, lads. What a way to end it. What a way to end it. If you guys want to pause at all at any moment throughout this episode to have a look at here and have a look at what we've done as well, becoming Brazilian manager and farewelling favourites and developing potential and spending big money, there it is all throughout the save. But we are there. We've done what we needed to do. And in our last season, we do the quad. In our last season, the save. We win the trophies we need. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, from episode 157 and the final one of Glory Hunter, I'll see you guys again at some point. Give it a like. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Link is down below. Thank you. And goodbye. It's not going to end. End now. It's done. It's finished.